yeah, that takes me on to New Year's resolutions, actually. I want to talk about those, not from the point of view of have you got any, although I wouldn't mind hearing about that, but we kind of covered that last week, didn't we? But I want to say that I have been seeing lots of posts online that are trying to take a sort of like a spiritual angle, and I would say almost like a bit of a superior angle as well, in that these people are saying, oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions. And I expect I've probably been a bit guilty of this myself in the past, but I want to say that some of these posts are sounding a little bit, they're kind of exclusive rather than inclusive. And I just wanted to sort of talk about that. I think it's really important that we remember that what's right for us is not necessarily right for somebody else. And I've seen a lot of criticisms over this, like new year, new me. But I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about that from my own point of view. I wouldn't call it a New Year's resolution, but I decided that the 1st of January was a really nice time to start. So it was more like the 6th of January for me, but I have decided to go on a diet. And for me, that change of calendar year was really, really helpful. And it's not a case that like I don't love myself or don't accept myself. And I expect it's the same for many, many people. I have a reason, you know, my dodgy ticker, I have a reason to knuckle down, lose weight and stay healthy. And so I think it's really, really important when we are, you know, perhaps getting on our soapboxes about how much we don't like new year, new me, and oh, I don't do New Year's resolutions, because we're making ourselves sound like super spiritual and like we've sort of evolved and grown. I think that's exactly the point at which we show that actually we're not very spiritual and evolved, because for some people these work for them. You know, if the turn of the calendar is a hook for them to make better changes in their lives, then I don't think we should put people down for that. I think we should support them, I think we should encourage them, and I think that we should accept that perhaps that is just a really good moment for them to make those changes. And I'm definitely somebody who believes in making changes now rather than like putting them off until Monday or the new year or next month or whatever. But sometimes we need these little mental hooks to be able to do them and then to do them successfully. So yeah, I mean, it took me a little bit by surprise, the sort of like how much I embraced the energy of the new year. And it felt very, very different for me this year. And it probably is just because I had such a bad 2023. And so there was a great deal of relief, but in that relief, I also felt like some motivation. So what motivates one person isn't necessarily going to be something that motivates other people. So for example, like losing weight for someone, it might be that, you know, like I said, they've got a heart problem or something, and so this is a good time to do it. It might be that they're in an abusive relationship and they don't feel very strong and they're trying to build themselves up to escape, and that going to the gym actually makes them feel strong and confident. And whilst it isn't part of kind of leaving an abuser, it's just sort of adding to their strength in some way, whether that be like mental or physical. I think there are lots of reasons why people are motivated to do things, and so I think we should be really, really careful, especially those of us who are present on social media. So I'm talking about myself, maybe not so much you as a viewer. I'm talking about the responsibility that lies with people like me to just be careful when we write things and just to think about other people, and that we might feel that something is a bit silly or a bit beyond us, or we've matured beyond that, or that we're more spiritual for that, but that isn't necessarily the case. So yeah, I guess what I'm really saying at the bottom of all this is be kind. I'm seeing so much on social media of people just like belittling others and taking a superior stance to others for whatever reason. Quite often it's because that, you know, they feel like they're very, very spiritual and they've evolved and they're better than everyone. And I think really we should just strip things back a bit and remember that everybody is different, everybody works differently, everybody's motivated differently, and we should just be kind, really. So let's support each other rather than put each other down. Let's create an inclusive world and community rather than an exclusive one. And to create that inclusive community, we need to remember that everybody is different. So yeah, that's my little rant. That's my little rant on my soapbox today.